Welcome to the next part of this demo series. I might actually do a couple of activities back to back depending on how quickly they go. A couple of the other things that we need to do to make a Horizons virtual desktop infrastructure possible are to set up some users and groups, and then to set up a customization spec for a specific kind of desktop. We also need a deployment template, things like that. So we're going to jump around just a little bit. So there may be things that we're skipping. Say, for example, we may skip activity 898, making a clone from a VM. We're going to need essentially some way to take clones and VMs and make them available to the virtual desktop infrastructure. But in any case, what we want to do first is to set up some users and groups. This may not be something you've done recently. This is the kind of thing we did in the server course. And I'm certain there are plenty of instructions in the server book if you have it. If you don't have it, that's okay. It's activity 9.6. So we're going to go to the DC. We've done a lot of work on our various member servers, the vCenter server and our app server down here. Now we actually need the DC for the first time in a long time. So what we're going to do is create a remote group or a remote user group for sales and a manager user in Active Directory. So we're going to go to ADUC tools. ADUC, and what we want to do is create new group from the toolbar. Let me see. Create a new group in the current container. We're going to call this one sales users. And it is a global security group, not a domain local group, not a distribution group. We're using this for the sake of permissions, not contact. Okay. Now we've got, let me refresh this right quick. Interesting. Where did that go? So what we're going to do is create a new user in the current container. And we're going to make him, let's see, Lucas. Login name is Lucas M. It's going to be in practice lab. Next password is and let me see, remove, change password at next login, click next, and we have a new user. Boom. Then we need to add our user to this group. Right click, add to group, and we want to put him in sales. Remote. Actually, let me call it remote and check names. Remote desktop users. Okay. We also want to put him in the sales. Check names. There. Okay. So that's what we want. Okay, good. And okay. So we've added him to this group. Brilliant. So now let's double check that. Properties, member of, and I can see him a domain user, remote desktop user, sales user. Okay, fine. So I'm going to pause this right quick because I need to do three more. I need to do 3 more accounts. That's a silly way use of our time. So let me run this through right quick. Okay, so I'm done. what you can really do is just type sales and hit enter, and bam, you'll go into the sales group. Type remote desk and check names, and you'll find it. It's actually pretty good about finding these names, which indicates you should probably name your groups uniquely and sensibly, so you don't have to differentiate between two similarly named groups, particularly if you're trying to get a lot done in a short period of time. And now, if you had a lot of users to do like this, you might actually take a page out of something you might have done in the server course and find a way to write scripts for this, either batch scripting or PowerShell scripting. So there we go. There's that. Add to group completed. Now, so what we're going to do now is close only this. We're not closing everything. The next thing we need to do, okay, move on to the next activity. And let's see. So that's all we need to do. We created some users. We created some groups. We haven't gotten so far as adding virtual desktops to a computer group or computer OU, so that'll be later. The next thing to do is to create a custom specification for our sales desktops. And we're going to do that on the vCenter server. So we'll be right back with that. Thanks for watching.